why don't we quickly engage Mr. Mahama Ayariga on this matter? Sir, thank you very much. Sir, thank you very much for your time this afternoon. Hello, Mr. Ayariga, if you can hear me.
I can hear you.
Very well. Thank you very much for your time this afternoon. What's your reaction to what's happening so far?
Well, the first thing that we should all do is to call for calm. Everybody should calm down. Both the law enforcement agencies should conduct themselves professionally in managing the situation, and then also the party supporters and sympathizers of Koku Anyidoho should also calm themselves down and allow the proper institutions of state to function. I think that for me, is the first most important thing, that we should all calm down. Let's calm nerves, and then we can then take up the issues one after the other. We cannot at this stage be able to judge and determine the matters on radio. The most important thing now is to calm everybody down, manage the crowd. I think that the police can grant Koku bail to go home. I don't believe that Koku will run away. I don't know if the charge of treason is sustainable, because if they charge him with treason, then clearly the issue of immediately granting bail for him to go home so that he can appear later to stand trial will be difficult given.
So let's break it down a little bit here, Ms. Ayariga. Now, as we speak, the last time we spoke to the General Secretary of your party, he said that he has not been told, neither has any of the members of your party been told the reason for the invitation/arrest of Mr. Anyidoho. Have you received any information since the last time we spoke to the General Secretary as to exactly why he's been picked up?
Well, I mean, no, not really. We're all just reading from media accounts of statements that have been made here and there,
okay,
where people are imputing that the statement that he has made amounts to treason, for which they think he should be charged with that offense. And following on the heels of that, we see the security agencies picking him up. So one can reasonably suggest that they are looking into that matter in relation to that offense or related offenses. But given the charged atmosphere, I think that we should all rather be calling for calm now. And we cannot say that the law enforcement agencies should not do their work when they have reasonable grounds or think they have reasonable grounds for doing so. But they must look at the broader picture of maintaining peace and stability in our country. And so I would have advised that the police should refrain from proceeding to execute whatever it is that they set out to execute. Koku is not going anywhere. Koku can be invited to the police station at any time, and I believe that he would go to respond to the invitation. I know Koku very well. I've worked with him for years, and I have no doubt that he will not move an inch. He will be available to respond to anything that this government may have against him.
Honourable Member of Parliament, just to hold on for me, let me read to you a statement that has just come in from government. And I'm reading this to you because of our inability to establish exactly what he's been charged of. Now, this is a press statement that has just been released by the Ministry for Information, and it reads that government's attention has been drawn to the treasonable comments made by the Deputy General Secretary of the National Democratic Congress, Koku Anyidoho, to the effect that the government of President Akufo-Addo will be overthrown. Government also takes note of the statement made by the General Secretary of the NDC, Johnson Asiedun Ketia, that dissociates the party from Koku Anyidoho's statement. Government is, however, concerned that the NDC does not condemn the treasonable comments of Anyidoho. We find the NDC's reluctance to condemn Anyidoho as particularly disturbing because Anyidoho alleges that, quote, the coup d'etat is starting on Wednesday. And we know that the demonstration on Wednesday has the full endorsement of the NDC. It is therefore important that the NDC demonstrates its commitment to democratic governance by showing that the Wednesday demonstration is not a smoke screen for fomenting insurrection, as Anyidoho claims. We therefore call on the NDC to show its commitment to democratic governance by condemning unreservedly the treasonable comments of the Deputy General Secretary. Government assures the citizens it will take appropriate steps within the bounds of law to protect the security of the state. And it's signed by Mustafa Hamid, who is, of course, the minister. And you see the word treasonable go through the statement from the beginning to the end. So we're looking at some sort of treason charges here, you don't think?
Well, I think that first and foremost, it is okay that the NDC party distanced itself from the statement, that the NDC party is not unable at this stage to establish that there is treason. And therefore, the NDC party cannot go straight away to condemn treason. Treason has to be established in court. And when it is established in court, I'm sure at that stage, the NDC as a party will take the appropriate steps. Even the government has to be able to establish treason. As we speak, the government is unable to establish treason yet. It can only be an allegation. It can only be alleged that there is treason. You cannot establish treason by the mere statement of Koku Anyidoho. I mean, you need to go beyond just this mere statement.
Right. Well, could you help us? Could you help us with what the law provides as basis for which someone could be charged on treason?
Treason is when you seek to overthrow the lawfully constituted government of the state. And I'm not sure that at this stage we have any evidence to establish that Koku Anyidoho is planning to overthrow the lawfully constituted government of the state, or that he even has the capacity to plan to overthrow the lawfully constituted government of the state of Ghana. I think that the demonstration that is going to be organized tomorrow is a public one. Notice has been given to the police. I believe that the police have actually given authorization for that to happen. Yeah. And the police is going to supervise the entire process. And so the police has taken into consideration all the security implications in giving such notice. And so the medium by which anyone could even allege that Koku is planning the overthrow of the government is a matter that is going to be supervised by the law enforcement agencies themselves. So at West, Koku is simply blowing hot air. And it is interesting and strange that the government and the state will go to this extent to want to move against Koku. From a purely communications point of view, I think that the government probably has misfired in the sense that what government is doing is simply going to excite NDC members into wanting to pour out in the streets tomorrow to demonstrate in solidarity with Koku. Even people who ordinarily would not have been interested in going out to demonstrate on this issue of the U.S.-Ghana military agreement will now be incensed to go out to demonstrate because they will think that government is being a little high-handed in handling the matter, because no one believes that anyone in Ghana, Koku Anyidoho not accepted, will be interested in the unlawful overthrow of the government of Ghana. I think democratic culture has come to be so well entrenched that I believe that the president of Ghana can walk in the streets of Ghana. He can go on a vacation for months and nobody will even consider overthrowing him, because overthrowing the government will not give anybody an opportunity to stay in office for a night.
Mr. Ayariga, let me interrupt you briefly and have you hold, if you don't mind. We need to go over to the police headquarters to speak with one of my colleagues, Joseph Opoku-Gakpo, who had access into the headquarters there. He was quite close to Mr. Anyidoho as well. Joseph, if you can hear me, what can you report? Hello, Joseph.
Hello, Gifty.
Right. Joseph, what can you report from where you are?
So I'm just within the CID headquarters, the building. Mr. Anyidoho is being held on the second floor. A few things that I've gathered is that they are currently waiting for the CID boss, Madam Tiwa Adotankwa, to come in, and then the necessary interrogation will then come off. But I understand that Mr. Anyidoho has been isolated from the rest of the NDC executives who have gathered in there, including and as well his lawyers, including Madam Betty Moody Drisu and a number of executives. Feda Bonyo is one of the party officers. He's actually the deputy communications director. He walked out of the office in which Madam Madam Betty Moody Drisu and others are at the moment. Let me interact with him briefly. In what state is Mr. Anyidoho in at the moment?
Well, it's in a very good state. Mr. Anyidoho is a very calm state. He's just smiling and laughing. His lawyers are with him, like you rightly said, and they are talking today. Our leadership, national chairman, and everybody is here. Our ranks are outside. I've heard that several of them are massing up in their millions and in thousands and millions from across the country. And so we are praying that the police, as usual, will demonstrate once again some professionalism that they are following, and we believe in them. We are confident in them. I can only pray and hope that they will not cajole to any interferences from people who think that they have gotten power.
So you have had access to Mr. Anyidoho and even been in the office in which he's been held. What have the police been telling you since you arrived here and they brought him here?
Well, I think that they've been waiting for the CID director. She came in briefly and said she was coming back again. So currently she's the one we are waiting for. Once she comes in and give an instruction as to what to be done next, then we all follow suit.
Has anything been said yet to him directly about what will happen to him, what the possible charges are, how long he'll be held here?
No, nothing like that has been said so far. We don't know how long, but we are very hopeful that they will release him in due course. It's in our interest that, in the interest of the country, the interest of the peace of this country, that Koku Anyidoho is not kept here for too long.
Many thanks. That's Feda Bonyo. He's Deputy Communications Director of the NPP there.
Of the NDC. Joseph, let me take a very quick reaction from Mr. Ayariga, whom I have on the line right now, to what's happening. He is a lawyer as well. So, Mr. Ayariga, you've heard what's happening at the moment. Would you say due process is being followed?
Well, yeah, I think so. I think that once the police have invited you or they have come for you and you are sent to the police head office, they have to take you through the processes, and you should have access to your lawyers, and since his lawyers are also there, I think that so far we will say that there's compliance with due process. But the key thing really is that I think that government is being high-handed in this matter, high-handed in the sense that the statement that Koku has made in relation to the circumstances that we find ourselves, where Ghana is a well-established democracy, we can boast of that, and a demonstration that is being planned in which government has given, the police authorities have given permission and will be under the close supervision of the law enforcement agencies. I don't see how that can found a charge of treason. No matter what Koku may be saying, because it's not just what he says, there must be evidence to establish that, but also that is clearly a matter for a court to determine. Nevertheless, I think that the police wanting to engage him is perfectly also legitimate, and we must show our support for law enforcement institutions when they are doing their work. So in this regard, I will appeal to the party supporters who are massing outside the police station to remain calm. I'm not saying they should not go there. It is okay to go and express solidarity, but whilst there, they should remain calm and be law-abiding and observe, and I have every confidence that once again our police will live up to our expectation and prove that they are the professional force that our taxpayers is paying to maintain. All
right. Sir, thank you very much for your time this afternoon. Mahama Ayariga is Honorable Member of Parliament for Boko Central. He's also a lawyer. So we've been asking him about the legal implications to this matter, and you've heard his answers there. Joseph, do I still have you on the line? Okay, we've lost Joseph Opoku-Gakpo, but we'll reach out to him once again. If you listen to Mr. Ayariga, he's saying that it's going to be difficult to prove and actually have evidential backing to the effect that Mr. Anyidoho actually has the ability to cause the overthrow of a government. He doesn't think that treason is quite a charge. That's good enough for what Mr. Anyidoho is said to have, or is reported to have said. But well, that is a legal matter.